Let's get it, Drew.
Real close.
Don't you embarrass me,
Collins
son.
got all four in.
What's going on, YouTube? Man, it's your boy Q. I'm back with another video. I know y'all missed me. Y'all probably thought I was gone. Like, man, he gave up on YouTube videos. But nah, I didn't give up, man. Just took a little break. Not even really a break. I posted 3 videos within a week last time. So I was just kind of letting those breathe a little bit. You know, working on some new subjects as well. So I got one for you today. You see, I got my backpack on. So actually, I'm about to head to Ultimate Frisbee practice for the corporate challenge. So we got a scrimmage tonight versus another team. So I'm actually headed there, and I will talk about what today's subject of the video going to be once I get to the truck. Let's go. All right, what's up, guys? So I'm in the truck, getting ready to head over to practice. So what I really wanted to make this video about today was, now that I finally got some seat time, driving the truck, you know, being this my first on lifted truck, finally getting some impressions on it since I've been driving it. And I really want to do a video on this one because it's kind of been on my mind lately. Which way do I need to go? Let's go left. So this one's really been on my mind lately. And again, it's because, like I said, I finally got some seat time, so this truck is finally making an impression on me with the lift kit, that is. Not just the truck as itself, but the lift kit. So I want to talk about, you know, this kind of goes along with the Is It Practical thing, a series I just did. If you haven't watched that video, consider going back and watch those. But, so daily driving this thing. How is it to daily drive this truck? Oh, look at the little kid and the doggy. That's a cute dog, by the way. But that's a really pretty dog. Look at that. But anyway, daily driving this thing, you know, how is it daily driving this truck so far? And I do have, I'm gonna go over 3 things that I kind of find to be, I guess you could say, an inconvenience, almost, sort of what bugs me with it. So the first thing being driving it. I find that it's a lot more effort, if that makes sense, to drive this truck. And what I mean by that, I have a harder time keeping it in its lanes, like when I'm driving. Now, if I'm on a smooth road, let me clear this up. If I'm on a smooth road, it's fine. There's no problems. I can just drive it. But if I'm on a bumpy road, going through bumpy surfaces and, you know, bends and turns and corners and things like that, I find that it's a little harder, just more effort to drive this truck. So I had to, so for example, I drove my fiance, Brielle's car, not too long ago. And the first thing I noticed when I drove, I was like, it's just so easy to drive this car, you know, just to keep it straight, just to go down the road. And compared to my truck, you know, when I'm hitting bumps and turning corners or taking turns and corners, it's just a little more effort to keep it in the lane. And that could be because of the lift kit or the tires, you know, if I swap those components out, then I have a better understanding, you know, what caused it. But for right now, for what I'm experiencing, it just takes a little more effort. I have to be aware of where I'm at in the lanes because the tires are a little bit wider. So I have to be cautious. You know, I can't just kind of zone out. You shouldn't be zoning out anyway when you're driving. But I can't just zone out and just kind of let it coast. You know, I have to be aware of how far I'm in the lane. Am I to the left or to the right because the tires are so wide. Again, when I'm hitting bumps, it's just, you know, the truck kind of, you know, hops over a little bit. And so I have to make sure I'm in the proper lane and line and driving in the lane correctly, if that makes sense, and not going into someone else's lane. Got a lot of traffic coming. So that's, and like I said, this mainly on bumpy roads. It's not on smooth surfaces like the one I'm on now. I'm gonna be fine. You know, it's gonna be no issues. But it's really just, you know, bumps in the road. And when I hit a bump, you know, trying to keep the truck in its lane, things like that. Also, the next thing I noticed is the braking. So I have a need for speed, and I still kind of speed in this truck. I know I probably shouldn't. And the braking, oh my, it takes so much more effort to brake this truck, to slow down. Now the wheels do naturally slow it down as well because of the size of them, but I find it more just to slow down. So I have my phone down here in the console, and usually when I slow down, I'm slowing down, but then I realize I have to hit the brakes that much harder because I'm not slowing down fast enough. And that's kind of counterintuitive what I just said. I said the wheels slow it down, they do, but when I'm braking, I have to brake a lot harder, especially if I'm coming to a sudden stop. I had to brake a lot harder than normal to stop the truck. And I knew that when I got it. I was aware of it, but it just kind of it's becoming more noticeable, especially like I'm driving, I need to make a right-hand turn to like a grocery store turn. I have to usually brake pretty hard just to make that turn. So that's just things I've started noticing since I've, like I said, got some seat time in the truck. Also, the next thing I kind of find, that's a bit inconvenience is the, let me turn my air down just in case you can't hear me. Hope you all heard all that. Is the parking. Now with the parking, it can be a bit of an inconvenience because, for a perfect example, last night Brielle and I went out to eat, and where we went, they had a parking garage. And most parking garages I have fit into just fine, no issues. But there are some I can't. And this particular night, the one they had, I couldn't fit in. It was 7 feet, and this truck is not going to fit in a 7-foot garage. So, it was just that inconvenience. We had to go park somewhere else. Now, we did find a spot, but just knowing that you can't park any and everywhere you want to, that kind of becomes an inconvenience. So for us, since we have 2 cars, it helps that I can be like, hey, let's take your car today, if I think there's going to be trouble parking. For example, we went to a friend's house the other night, and I said, hey, do you mind driving, because I'm worried about the parking situation and being able to park. Now granted, the truck fits in any spot fine as far as parking spots. It is a little wider, so I am cautious as to where I park. I usually park at the back, so people won't really bump me or ding me. I think a lot of people do that with new cars anyway, but I usually park in the back. One, just because of just the inconvenience of trying to get out the truck. Sometimes park next to somebody, they may end up parking too close, et cetera, et cetera. But so that's another inconvenience I have found so far. Just not be able to, if you're going to daily driving it, almost everywhere. If you're going to go to an event or things like that, like I said, for working home, it's fine for me. I fit everywhere I go, but I fit working home easy. But as far as like just going to random places, you never know what you're going to run across when you have to park. So it's just that, if you really want to think about, hey, every day have to constantly think about, where am I going to be able to park? And actually, I do think about that quite a bit now, like, hey, am I going to be able to fit? And so a lot of times I had to tell Brielle, like, hey, do you mind driving today? Because I'm not sure we'll be able to fit where we're trying to go. Like I said, for me, those things I just named aren't a big deal. If those sound like they'll be a big deal for you, then you definitely, that's just some of the things I experienced so far with the truck and owning it. But like I said, for me, they're not big things. The pros outweigh the cons for me, honestly. With owning it so far to this point. But yeah, just those 3 things I want to talk about real quick, man. Just daily driving this thing every day. By the way, I do appreciate all you all comments. I'm actually getting a lot of comments and feedback about the truck, things I should do and consider. And like I said, this is my first time owning a lifted truck, so I really do appreciate the advice and the comments you all are leaving about, hey, I had one subscriber, I forget his name, I apologize, man, but he told me, about re-gearing. I did consider re-gearing, and down the road I probably will re-gear it. Right now it's not a big priority of mine, but I probably will do that. But just, yeah, the comments, man, they have been all positive, and I thank you all for that, and leaving the comments and watching the videos. I really appreciate that. I have pulled up to the field, and I don't see no one here. Thought it was at 6:15. What time is it? Let me back in really quick. I don't see nobody here, bro. I hope he didn't say 6:30. If he said 6:30, I'm gonna be kind of mad. I did forget one thing. Getting in. So it's not always a problem. I found it to be problems 2 occasions. One, when I have food or something in my hands and I need to get in the truck, it's annoying, I guess. So, you know, I usually have to put my food on the seat, put my drink down, then climb up and then move everything around. You know, rather than just get in the car or truck, you can just kind of reach over, throw your stuff on the seat. The second part about that is when after the gym, like a leg day or something like that, and I'm tired and your legs are sore and you have to get up in this truck, man, dude, it sucks, like, for real. I mean, I'm not to the point so where I can't walk, but you know, when you're just a little bit sore, you don't even want to move as it is. So imagine having to lift up and get your legs up inside the truck and all that, man. That's another thing that I kind of found to be a little inconvenience. But again, all those three things, or four things now that I just named, like I said, the pros outweigh the cons. But that's what it's like daily driving this thing so far. All right, guys, so like I said, I am here at practice. I am gonna do just some footage to show you what we do out here in the scrimmage and ultimate frisbee. If you haven't played it, it's kind of like a rugby style, but you play with a frisbee. It's football rugby, but with a frisbee. So I think it's 7-on-7. You pass the frisbee. Well, as soon as you catch the frisbee, you're dead. You can pass it, keep advancing, but you can't run with it technically. I mean, basically, you can't run. So it's pretty fun. Actually, I like to do it because it's cardio. I like to get a little extra workout in. But we did have a scrimmage last week and we lost. It was 9-1 for a long time, but we actually scored like 3 late goals, so it didn't look that bad. So that's why we're doing another scrimmage, because the games are this weekend. So we'll see how that goes. So I hope y'all enjoy watching us practice here for a little bit. Hope y'all enjoyed this video and the subjects that those things I mentioned. And just like that, man, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Man, that was right. Maximum effort. Nice, Tony.
Get on, somebody. Find a person. Start counting. You got 10 seconds. He's got 10 seconds to throw it.
You got Nick. Yes, yes. Get on the man, guys. DJ.
About to say how much you suck. But I won't now. I appreciate that. Especially since you didn't include my name.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Q, man. So hopefully y'all enjoyed that footage of the ultimate frisbee practice or scrimmage. As you can see, look at my shirt, man. I am drenched, like drenched. Now you can see this is my shirt now. This the color it was. Sorry about the hose. And got kind of tore. But anyway, well, no, I actually had that one there. But you can see, man, yeah, I am drenched in sweat, man. Very good cardio workout. It's actually a lot of fun. It's non-stop movement, but we actually did pretty good. I think we just beat that team. I think it was probably like 20-1. So we'll see how we do come Saturday. Hopefully it doesn't get rained out, but it is supposed to rain. So we'll see how we do. But if we play like we just scrimmaged today, man, we should have a lot of success. But appreciate y'all watching. That's about all I got. About to hop up and get on out of here, man. Y'all have a good one. Stay blessed. Peace.
On your own, on a bedroom trip. On a bedroom trip. On a bedroom